Hello, this is Mary Lou, and I have a new journal to share. I'm real excited about this one. I had a lot of fun making it. It's girly to the max and right up my alley of what I love. The kit I used is by Calico Collage, and it's called One Fine Day, but I named her Allison. So let me show you the cover. I put some tulle, 2 layers of tulle that has little sparklies on it. There's the focal image, and it's printed on Red River canvas. The front, back, and spine are all treated with Ranger Multimatte Medium, so that has that soft finish. But I decided to put this piece of tulle that has some flocked flowers on it on the face of the cover, and so I stitched around it so that it's all there for good. And then there's some down here. There's some of this beautiful fringe that I love underneath it all, hanging down just a tad, with some more of the blue sparkly tulle, and then this lace. The flower is one that I purchased from Laura Baim on the Pampered Soul, the Papered Soul. I always get that wrong. Not Pampered Chef, Papered Soul. There we go. So this beautiful flower is from her shop. Underneath it I put some of the fibers that I used in the book and a piece of milliner's net to give it some body. So there's that. There's the spine again. Look at this beautiful, it's like a dotted Swiss lace. And then there's your back. The closures are with eyelets, and I hand dyed all the Hug Snug seam binding. You can see it's 2 signatures, and there's lots of fluff, and I put some more of that flocked tulle in here and some of my hand dyed ribbons. So let's look inside. After I tell you the dimensions, 8 3/4 by 5 3/4, so it's a good sized book. I didn't cut much off of any of the paper, so I might be doing that more often because it just seems less wasteful. 1.5 inch spine. The other kit that I used in here is I used a few of Mrs. Coggs Crafts, her Pink in the Garden. There you go. Okay. There's the front page, the inside page. There's the pocket. I did a lot of creating on my own in this journal. I made my own tags and cards, just designed them. I was having fun, so I did it. So this is an envelope that I created using papers from the kit. There's a tag. I did a little bit of stamping, and I did a little bit of stenciling in this journal. I did a lot of stamping, actually. So you can see, let me show you. There's some of the hand-dyed ribbon, some of the flocked, and some of the flocked tulle, and then the fibers that I used. Okay, look at the print on this. It's so beautiful. Okay, out of one of the pages, I printed it out of cardstock, or at least this portion, and if I cut it out to create that pocket. Okay, and here's a card that I created. This is where my story begins, with a little bird on the back. You can see the flocked tulle here as well, with a little bit of trim. There's a guest check that I decoupaged with a piece of a napkin, and on the back there's a card that says "This journal belongs to." So there, it's all in one pocket. And then back here, I purchased one of Charlene's journals, and in it she had made some of these. So her and I talked about this, and so I learned from her and from looking at what she'd done. This is a Diary of an Edwardian Lady. It's one of the pages from the book that I purchased. And then this is one that I created. I put that saying in there. Find joy in the little things. Anyway, it's got a little rose closure, and it just folds and sits right down in this pocket. Now, for your information, let me see if you can see that. This is open in the back, so if you want to put something in there, you can. I didn't, but there's room for it, if that was what I'm saying, if you want to put something in there. Okay, some stamping. It is a junk journal. You can see I put some junk in it. Okay, in this bag from Denise's shop, there's some lace on it. Willie's Book of Birds. and an envelope. This kit really lent itself well to vellum envelopes, so that's why I created a few. There's the Songbirds of the World. We should all be songbirds, shouldn't we? Well, even if you can't sing, the good Lord loves our voices no matter if we sound good or not. Okay, here's the next page. I made little, I put little bits of the seam binding on these paper clips, and this is a flip that you can, I guess I should take it off. You can write there as you want, if you want to, or close it up if you prefer. Inside, I had a couple of pages slide sideways so they didn't print all the way to cover both sides. So I made them into little places where you can do some journaling. And then here's a little envelope, oops. And I left it unglued so that you can write inside and then seal it if you want to, or just leave it. So it closes fine with the little closure I put on it, so it stays together. And here's a vellum sheet that I put in. Isn't that beautiful, this page? Oh, I love all the colors. I did put a bunch of half sheets. There is 63 plus pages in here because there are 63 counting the inside cover and the of both front and back, and all the pages within that are full size. If I add in all these pages that are not full pages, then there's 32 more pages. So it's got lots of pages. Plus there's some secrets in here I have yet to show you. So this came in the kit. Put some lace there. And here's a tag from the kit. If you hear that rumbling in the background, that's my roast cooking for dinner. Here's a pocket that came in the kit, or a little tuck spot, whatever you want to call it. And in that, I put one of the postcards. I put the birdies on the book. I love that one. And then there's a stamp. It says Spark. Where it says Sparkle, I sparkled it up. Some more junk. Okay, look at that page. Now, you either really love that or you won't, because I think it's gorgeous. But anyway, over here's a side pocket. There's your hearts on a string, some lace. Now, I was watching a video about Franken pages and making envelopes out of them. Well, I didn't have a bunch of papers left over from this kit, and what I get I'll send with whoever purchases the journal. So what I did was I sat on my computer and made a Franken page. And if you look at that, you can see I put bunches of different elements together, and then I sewed around it. Is that lazy? I don't think it is, because it took a lot of time to make that Franken page, and I saved it, I'll tell you what. There's our little card, a postcard, in there, a big postcard in there. And it closes with the circle from the kit, and then I just slide it in and let that circle hold it in. And it works. Okay. Over here we have 2 pockets. Down here, this, I put a couple of these in the journal, and they are from Andrea's blog, and she has a bunch of freebies there, so that's one of them. And I put a little leaf on there. And then this is a card I created using elements from the kit. Okay, and then here's another pocket. Uh-oh. I was afraid that happened. Let me see. Well, I can't get it out, but I will. There's a card from the kit and a ticket from Laura's shop, the papered sole. Oh, come on. It's going to rip. I know it is. Anyway, this is a card from Mrs. Coggs. Pretty, or Pink in the Garden, it's called. Okay, I'll fix that. Okay, some stenciling. Here's a little flip, Rita Donnelly flip, and in it, it's got one of the birds, and it's sparkled up with Wink of Stella, and there's some some fibers. Here's a card from the kit, not from the kit. This is the one I had in my stash. Okay, there's that one. There's a little girl, and there's the larger of the 2 jars. Okay, on the other side of this page that we saw earlier, I took one of the circles, made a little tuck spot, and it'll hold a lot more, but that's what you get right there. Beautiful colors. Here's the other side of that vellum page. There you go. Here's another tuck spot with a side pocket. There you go. That you can write in. And another little envelope. June. And inside a large piece of one of the pages. And I used it in my last page, you'll see shortly here. Okay, and then it just folded in there. Let the rose hold it in. Whoops. I filmed this earlier, so let me show you what's in this, what's supposed to be in here. Pretty lace. Here's a lady in her garden. And a vellum envelope with this pretty card. And look at that beautiful vellum envelope. Okay. So we'll set those aside like I did last time. Okay. A little bit of stamping. I didn't use any coffee or tea-dyed papers. I used parchment and the lined paper, and then whatever papers I added plus the digital kit. Okay, over here we have a little tuck spot in this with this glassine bag. In the pocket behind it, the little tuck spot, is this tag. And then here's a dress form I created with a little bow at her neck. And I love the image that was in my stash. This little girl on a swing, and so I put One Fine Day on there. And here's a tag I made using, the circles and some of the paper, and created my own little tag. Okay, that's the end of the first signature, the beginning of the second. Here's a pocket with some beautiful trim on it, little pink roses. And you open this up, and in here is a bunch of, I think there's 6 or 8. I'm not going to stop and count them now. Maybe 6. Yeah, I think maybe 6 of these. And they're all fastened in, so you can write in as a little booklet, and write on the front and back as well if you desire. Okay, I was watching a video. I think this was Clemmy as well. Yeah, it was Clemmy. She showed how to make this cute little pocket, and I think she learned it from somebody else, but that's where I learned it. Up here, I made a little pocket. I don't think she did a pocket up there, but I put this there, I don't think she did. But anyway, we change it up as we go, don't we? We all have our own little spin. Okay, so here is a card from Mrs. Cogs, and here's a card from the kit. Isn't that beautiful? And I put little vellum dots so you barely see them, and yeah, you'll have to write around them. This flips up so you can write, so that you have a little flip there, and then you can open this all the way up, and you have a full sheet of paper to write on. Now I would set something under it to write, I think, to do a good job of it. I use my little tiny Score Pal sometimes for things like that. It works. Okay, there's some more junk. Here's another sack or bag. I made this cute tiny little postcard, and there's another card from the kit. Here's another little clip for this one to open, and here is an envelope I created using some of the papers and a template, and there's a card. And on some of the backs I did put the grid to help you with writing either way that way, either one side or the other side. Okay, that goes in here, and it stays with the paper clip. There's another beautiful piece of vellum printed with a page from the kit, and this almost became my front cover, but I went the other way instead. Okay, here's another partial page, and in there is a book called Birdcraft by Mrs. Wright, and it shows how many times it was checked out from the 1930s to the 1940s. A little bird cage on the back, and there's a piece from one of the pages. Here's another a little pocket here with one of the birds and a little bit of doily. There's a bird card with birds on the back. And one of the small tags from the kit. And then this is just a little booklet to write in. So you got lots of places to write in this journal. There's no shortage of that. Here's the center of the second signature. Here I have a large glassine bag that I covered with the same tool that I used here. So pretty and sparkly. A little bit of lace up here. There's a pocket in front. The bird. And little kids from Mrs. Cogg's shop. Pretty in pink again. Back here in the pocket, there is also room back here for more if you want to do it. But then this pocket is a large tag. Let me get a drink. Okay, over here is another side pocket. There's your hearts on a string. And this is something else I made. It's a little booklet. I didn't need to put that on it, but I just wanted to. You open it up, and over here I created excuse me, created some little index cards, and they have the grid on the back so you can write on both sides easily. And then, now I learned how to make this with, well, Gail made them, Gail Agostinelli. This one just uses 2 of the envelopes. But then Clemmy took it up another notch, so this is who I learned from again on this one, Clemmy. So I had to try my hand at it, Clemmy. So you just sew in some pages, and this is all parchment. So it's some nice writing paper, and there's 8 pages, I believe. Well, 4. So that gives you a lot more. And then 3 over here, 3 more of the index cards. And it closes up by just sliding it back in there. And, sorry, there's some stamping. Here's another little pocket that I created. And I did put this all seemed to want to fall over, so I think I need to glue this one like I did the other one. But anyway, there's a paper clip to hold it all. There's a little tag from the kit. Here's a file folder that I created using a template. And there's One Fine Day. And here's another envelope that has a couple of tags in it. And it all stays sealed because I put that little seal on it. It stays sealed because I put a seal on it. There you go. Oh, now I know why I put the envelope the other way. Anyway, over here, this is on one of the pages, and I just sized it way down to the size I wanted, and then printed and cut it out so that I'd have a little stopper here, a little tuck spot. And there's another ticket from Laura's shop and a card from the kit. The other side of that beautiful, beautiful paper, vellum. Here's another side pocket. I like side pockets. You can get a lot in them, so that you'll see them in my journals once in a while. There's the large jar that I created. There's another little booklet. And then there's another page with lots more writing. Plus you can write, you know, inside this page. Okay, we're almost there. Here's a couple of, this one's from the kit, and this one is one I designed and created. There's that, and those other pages, the other sides of those. There's some glitter on the art, or Wink of Stella. There's a pocket. I asked Charlene where she got this cute little bird punch, and she told me, so now it's in my book. I think it's in a couple of places is all. There's a large tag with a Tiffany stamp. And another one of the dress forms. And then this, I think, is a piece of, it's either a card from the kit, but the size of it, I would say it's a piece from one of the pages that I cut out. This is the last page I referred to. Isn't that beautiful? And over here, we have another little pocket that I created. You've got your lace. You've got your foofy little bows and pretties on this tag. And then there's a tag. And I did put some Wink of Stella on that glitter. And there's the Handmade for You by me in 2018. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video and my journal. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I love to